What's up, people? You're listening to Chad, back from my long hiatus, right after the midterms. And today, I'm going to talk about the role that black men are taking in today's political arena. It seems like for the very first time that the political spotlight has been shined on black men, especially here in my state of Georgia. And despite those offensive political campaign commercials, black men shown in this midterm that we can actually think for ourselves, just like we did back in 2016, 2018, 2020, and now 2022. And liberating as that sound, however, there are certain elements who are not happy with this. No sir, they're not happy with what they perceive as an insubordination against the status quo from black men. Because the status quo for the last 60 years has been that black people as a whole loyally, faithfully, and blindly vote Democrat. Until now. And it's no mystery that it's white liberals and black women who benefit the most from Democratic politicians in power are the ones who are the most unhappy with black men's insubordination. Because all they had to do was just shut up and vote on the behalf of black women. Although black men did vote for Stacey Abrams at 85%, it still wasn't enough to get her the victory. Now the black men who voted for Kemp and Walker, or Republican anywhere and everywhere, were only a small percent, yet it was still too many for them. That's why they came crawling to us begging for our votes. Now, while these people who are licking their lips and cracking their knuckles, getting ready to blame black men, I have to raise the question. Have you ever thought that maybe the reason why Stacey Abrams lost is because there's more white people who decide to vote for Kemp? See, black people have been misled just because Atlanta and other cities in Georgia have a higher population density of black people. And for the record, the population of black people in Georgia is only 31.57%, and for white people, it's 57.25%, CIRSA 2022. Now, I'm no math professor, but if a third of black people voted, and if only a third of white people voted, the third of white people still outnumbered a third of black people disproportionately. Now, honestly, I think the real reason why white people galvanized to vote against Abrams is because she's part of the woke crowd. You know, those people who will call you a racist, a sexist, and a transphobe if you don't agree with their utopian views. Plus, Abrams is part of the defunded police crowd, as well as the gun control crowd, the LGBT, and she's pro-choice. And the white people in Georgia said, this ain't California or New York, so we ain't having none of that lunacy here. This is why black people have got to start taking into account that when it comes to voting numbers, we're only 13% of the entire US population. Because when Trump won back in 2016, the black vote was at 90%. Despite all of the ruckus, there are still black men who are loyal to the Democratic plantation and will vote blue no matter what. And these are usually young liberals who've been indoctrinated with intersectionality, old Negroes who still think they're living in the civil rights era, who can be scared with rumors of voter suppression, and the black men who have been unaware of the culture war that's been raging for the last decade. They mostly vote Democrat because they've been raised to believe that the Democrats are for black people and the Republicans are racist. Now, the truth is that the small percentage of black men who voted Republican are business owners. So their decision to vote Republican is based on paying less taxes, in contrast to Democrats who will make them pay more taxes. And I'm not saying there weren't any black women who are business owners who vote Republican, but they probably keep that on the down low. Plus, this midterm has cemented black women as a separate political group from the entire black population. Like when those washed up hens on Fox Soul made it clear to Ice Cube when he came on to discuss his platinum plan for Black America with then President Donald Trump. Because it's not classified information that black women's political agenda has always been for empowerment, which they're not willing to share with black men, of course. And sadly, we as black men are at a snail's pace on having an agenda of our own. That's what I think. I mean, yeah, we got those arguing for reparations, but that's only a pipe dream. Plus, we're just now having a platform via YouTube to speak on certain matters that concern us. Honestly, I think we're 50 years behind black women when it comes to even having an agenda to empower us. I mean, let's be real here. Stacey Abrams' non-effort to appeal to black men voters was only a microcosm of the greater society that only sees black men as inepts, a political dead zone, and not worth investing in. All we are to them are athletes, entertainers, thugs, and sexual studs. They'll never see us as leaders, builders, or educators. They only see black women as the true power in the community. And Goldman Sachs proved that with their $10 billion or $1 million investment in the advancement of black women. Anyway, enough about that because I don't want to deviate too far from the topic. But a couple of years ago, I said that black men can be movers and shakers. And hopefully they learn to come to us correctly instead of using cheesy campaign commercials with burned out scripters, washed up rappers, and a you know what, I'm just going to say a whatchamacallit, if they want our vote. Cause for years the Democratic plantation has gave black men their asses to kiss, and now we have gave them our asses to kiss. We've shown them that we're not dumb and that we're not a group of walking phalluses, so threatening to withhold sex if we don't vote for who they want isn't going to work. And now the butt hurt and the shaming from all the black elites, white liberals, and black feminists and their legion of simps are coming for black men. And they're most likely be coming for those in the black manosphere and the black sector of YouTube. Because there must be retribution for the golden lamb Stacey Abrams suffering another bitter defeat. After all that money to get the big guns to campaign for her, and yet you uppity black men wouldn't shut up and just vote. Something must be done. Someone must be silenced. And someone must be put in their place. Because we can't have no troublemakers telling the slaves about a life of freedom off the Democratic plantation. So, black men, be prepared to hear the usual liberal feminist stuff about misogyny, sexism, and that black men want white patriarchy. Along with threats of a sex strike, just all kinds of shaming language is coming our way from our women and their apologist simps, including Roland Martin, the Boule Owl. To wrap this up, we black people got to realize that just because a politician under the Democratic plantation banner looks like us doesn't mean they're going to be for us only. Because the truth is, Stacey Abrams is just another politician. And you would think that we would have learned this after our first black president. What black people had got wrong when Barack Obama was the president was that they thought a black man who was the president of the United States would work for only black people. But what they failed to see is that the position of the presidency is for all people, not just only black people. Meaning, he's going to be the president of all people in the United States before he be a brother. The same way a black cop is going to be a cop first and a brother second. Because as long as he's wearing his badge and uniform, he or she will have to arrest you for any crimes you commit. And that's all I want to say. Again, you're listening to Chad. Leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe if you want to, and to help this channel grow. And I'm signing off this bitch.